Broadway beats, Broadway beats, Broadway. Listen to the Broadway beats. Broadway makes you wanna move your feet. Everybody's tapping into everything that's happening on Broadway beats, Broadway beats, Broadway beats, Broadway beats.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway Beat. We're at Sardi's to meet the company of Relatively Speaking, which will open October 20th at the Brooks Atkinson Theater. The evening consists of 3 one-act comedies by Ethan Coen, Elaine May, and Woody Allen under the direction of John Turturro. The cast includes Steve Guttenberg, Mark Lynn Baker, and welcomes back to Broadway, Marlo Thomas.
Basically, it all came about because I've been working with an idea with Woody, and then Woody suggested while we were working on that, he suggested me as the director that someone could agree on, and I guess they all agreed on me. Ethan, because he knows me, and because I could blackmail him. Elaine likes my work as an actor. She didn't really, I don't think, wasn't familiar with the films I directed, but she likes my work as an actor a lot, and I look like her first husband, so I think that really helped. They all agreed on me, and then he said, would you be interested? So I read it, and I thought, I've directed movies, I directed off-Broadway, I've been on Broadway, and I said, it's interesting. This will be an interesting encounter with 3 distinctive people. The plays are very separate. And I said, okay, I know that we'll have a lot of input because they're not only writers, but they're also directors. Elaine has done the play before, directed it, but she didn't want to do it again. And this is with a new cast, except for Marlo, which has been, an adjustment for everybody, trying to do it fresh, we're getting there. My job is to serve each play, working in collaboration with the writers, and also taking care of the actors so they can build their performances.
It's been amazing because, John is a total actress director, and I can't believe really what he's doing, the way he's like molding us together and getting us to, try to do our best work in this very kind of limited time frame before we start previews. And the actors are incredible. I mean, everybody's so professional and everybody gets along. So that's a must with the kind of time crunch we're under. And we've got these 3 writers hanging out in the room. So, it's like, oh yeah, there's John Turturro directing, and there's Woody Allen, and there's Elaine May, and there's, and I'm working with, Marlo Thomas, and, so it's not bad. It's not a bad gig.
For people like, Julian Schlossberg and crew to take this on and give people the opportunity to see this amazing production and these 3 great plays. Yeah, working with John Turturro, my goodness, who doesn't love him as an actor? He's consistently brilliant in whatever he does, and to get a chance to be directed by somebody who's so knowledgeable of acting and knowledgeable of actors, great experience. And then you're working with, look at the crew, Julie Kavner and Steve Guttenberg and Marlo Thomas and Caroline Aaron and Richard Libertini. It's like comedy lessons when you walk in the room. And then look who you're getting to work with, like icons of this world, and just really a real treat for me.
It's really a great way to return to New York, and I couldn't be happier about being on Broadway. The whole idea of being on Broadway for an actor is thrilling. And Woody Allen. What could possibly be better at this point in my life?
You worked with Woody before.
I've worked on 7 different projects with him. This is my 8th one and the first play.
So what are you looking forward to the most? This is so unheard of. 15 actors, 3 plays, 1 director. This is huge.
Yeah, it is huge. I'm looking forward to getting it the way Woody and John Turturro, who's the director, want it to be.
Who are you playing in the show? What can you tell us?
I can tell you nothing. We're not allowed, because we don't want to spoil it for the audience. It's like in Woody's movie, there's a Midnight in Paris, which I thought was the most beautiful movie I've ever seen. the surprise of it, and I didn't read any reviews before I saw it. I didn't read what it was about or anything. I mean, I know a few of the actors who were in it, but the surprise was magical. It was wonderful. So I'm not saying anything.
This hasn't happened in a long, long time. I mean, 3 one-act comedies by the masters, a huge cast.
Yes, it's a big cast, 15 people or more, and everyone just a gem. Every actor is just a comic genius.
Steve, which ones are you doing?
I'm in Woody Allen's Honeymoon Motel.
What can you tell us about who you play, or what will you tell us?
I play a fellow named Jerry Spector who makes a decision that upsets the apple cart of his family. And then the story just takes a real pedal to the metal.
I'm a solo theater artist for probably the last 20 years, so to be in an ensemble of 15 actors with these 3 playwrights is a joy. I can't tell you. I'm having a blast. Working with other actors on stage, which I don't do very often, it's a real privilege. The actors I'm working with are hilarious. I have to carry tissues around so I don't cry from laughter, even just thinking about what we did in rehearsal during the day. And working with these playwrights, I mean, Ethan Coen and Woody Allen and John Turturro as a director is, I can't say enough. I'm having a blast.
So Danny said he couldn't tell me what it was about. He'd have to kill me. And I said, well, I want to talk to you all opening night, so I want to be there. So what can you tell us of what you're doing in the show?
Okay, this is what I can tell you. I can tell you about who I'm playing. Does that help? Okay, so I'm a mom, right? I'm sure you're way too young to be a parent. However, when you're a parent, your children's milestones are monumental, and I'm the mother of the groom, and I have looked forward with my whole heart to this occasion, and the wedding doesn't turn out exactly as I expected, and I'm extremely disappointed. That's what I can tell you.
It's incredibly exciting. Woody Allen, John Turturro, Broadway. It's all the most amazing things you could ever put together in one little package.
Tell me who you play in the show. What can you tell me about the one you're in?
I'm so afraid of saying too much or not saying enough, but I'm in Woody Allen's piece. It's called Honeymoon Motel, and there's crazy hijinks, and it's funny, and it sort of has almost like an old school farcical vibe, and it's a lot of fun. It's a really good time, and we're figuring it out. We're in week 2, and so we're right in the middle of our process, which is exciting and nerve-wracking and terrifying, and yeah.
Julie told me you were late starting because Woody was away working on his latest film.
Yes,
so Woody's been there, right?
Yes, he's been there. The other 2 plays started about 2 weeks before, and Woody's been in and out, and which has just been incredible. It's such a remarkable experience to be sitting in a rehearsal studio and having Woody Allen standing before you, giving you notes, and I sort of keep pinching myself and listening to everything that he says and all of his genius little insights and hilarious ways that he says things, but he's been really supportive, and you're who's not intimidated by Woody Allen, but he, after sort of the first time around, it's sort of like the more he's there, the more we start to all sort of calm down around him.
I am doing Elaine May's play, George is Dead, and it's just wonderful fun. Marlowe is delicious in the part, Lisa Emery and Grant Shawn, and the whole evening is so interesting, because how often a one-act play is done on Broadway? As you know, they're rarely done. So there's a connecting link, which is of course the family. Might be slightly dysfunctional, but it's funny.
Who do you play in the show?
Well, I play. She's rather ambiguously named the old woman, but I can't say anything more, because it's a kind of slightly mysterious character, a surprise, let's say.
What attracted you to this whole piece?
Oh, well, you have 3 writers who, each of them is an incredibly distinctive voice, a voice that's in the heads of the culture. Ethan Coen, Elaine May, and Woody Allen. And we all know what that sounds like, what those voices are, and to have an evening with pieces by the 3 of them is pretty exciting.
So which ones are you doing?
I'm in the Woody Allen one act.
So can you tell me who you're playing?
I am playing. I'm playing the father of the bride. That seems to be that's my career now. I play the father of the bride in whatever I do now. But it's called Honeymoon Motel. It's a comedy, as all three pieces are, and I don't want to give away the plot, but it's funny.
I'm in Ethan Coen's play, and I'm not really sure how it came about. I auditioned for it. I'm also sleeping with the director. He's my husband. But I think I have a feeling that, because I had worked with Ethan and Joel Coen a few times before, so I'm kind of hoping that it came about through them. And, I'm sure John would have suggested me had no one else thought about it, but I did audition, just like everybody else.
I play a rabbi. And that's it. But I'll tell you something interesting. I worked on Woody's first play about, I think it was 44 years ago. And I was a priest. So in the interim, he made me a rabbi. So
You come full circle.
yeah, maybe I'll go back again to be a priest.
I'm doing two shows. I'm doing the one that was written by Ethan Coen, which is called, the title has changed. I believe now it's called, what the hell is it called correctly? It was originally called Talking Cure. Now I believe it's called Talk Therapy. And I'm also doing Elaine May's play, which is called George is Dead. There's a third play that Woody Allen wrote. At one time I was considered for the role of the rabbi in that third play, but I think Woody thought I was too Jewish.
Perfect. And Billy, for you?
I'm in Honeymoon Motel by Mr. Woody Allen. Yeah.
Who do you play?
I play Paul.
And sort of, can you give us a little synopsis of what's happening in the play?
I want to, keep a little mystery, but it should be a great evening of family drama and comedy.
How excited are you about coming back to Broadway in this?
Very excited. I've been on the road for a while. I did the 6 Degrees national tour, and I've been doing, Hartford Stage and Pittsburgh Public and Berkshire Festival. So to be able to get into a cab and come to work and then have dinner with my husband, I know that sounds simple, but wow, to be able to do the work that I love and also be home, I'm just thrilled to be a part of it.
What can you tell us about the show that you're doing?
Well, I'm in Elaine May's play, which is called George is Dead, and I play George's widow, and I'm coping with, his death. And I know that sounds serious, but Elaine May didn't write it serious. It's very funny, and what I think makes it so funny is that underneath we know that feeling, and how she's overcoming it is what's funny, But I think it's something very identifiable, and I love being in a one act. So many times I'm in a play and it feels like, why is this dragging on? We've said all this before. I certainly feel that when I go to the theater sometime. I think it's just 30 minutes too long, But I think the audience is going to get a real treat of having these 3 rich puddings, to enjoy and not to be labored over, I bet they're going to hope for more, which is a good way to leave them.